That's right, here we are. Sometimes when a movie comes out, I want to talk a little more about that movie, a little more in depth, talk about spoilers, as is the case with Alien Covenant. This is your spoiler warning. If you don't want spoilers, you should probably leave now. As always, I have a spoiler-free review. You can check that out, come back after you've seen the movie. Or if you don't give a shit, hey, stick around. But point is, spoilers are coming at you. So in Alien Covenant, as I said in my spoiler-free review, it's a colony mission. There are a couple thousand colonists in this ship. They're all in like hypersleep, they're stasis. Then the ship gets this signal, which is music. Can't remember the song or the artist. And if I get it wrong, oh, those audio files are coming at me. I was gonna say it's Bob Dylan, which is pretty advantageous for them to go investigate. One, because it's on a planet they're like, whoa, this is way better than the planet we were going to. It's also closer, and there's music from Earth playing there. That's why. So they go there to check it out, step on some spores. The spores go in their ears, and aliens bust out of their backs, and now we have a bit of a horror movie. Fassbender's standing there, and he shoots a flare in the sky. It's like, come with me if you want to live. Fassbender plays two roles in here, David and Walter. Both androids, and in my spoiler-free review, I actually had a part where I talk about how they remind me of Data and Lore, because they totally remind me of Data and Lore. However, then I realized that by calling them Data and Lore, I am saying Fassbender's character is actually an evil asshole. Kind of a spoiler, you figured he would be, but still. For spoiler-free sake, I took it out, but yeah, they're totally Data and Lore. Yeah, David's a bit of a creepy, ambitious little asshole. He has dialogue with Walter where Walter's like, yeah, after your model, they decided to make my model with less complications, less human attributes. Which you see at the beginning of this movie, Guy Pearce, Waylon, he's sitting down, he's talking with David, they're having some back and forth, David's playing the piano, and then at a point, David's like, well, if you're gonna die and I'm gonna live, how are you above me? Exactly. To which Waylon was like, give me some tea. The tea's like right next to him, it's just like this power movie does. You can tell right there, David's like, yeah, fuck this guy. If ever an opportunity comes where I can create some parasitic murder beast, I'm gonna make it. Big thing about this movie that bummed me out is you don't actually get Prometheus 2. Prometheus ends where Elizabeth Shaw has David's head and his body, and she's like, we're going to the engineer's planet, we're gonna get some answers. This is the engineer's planet, but you don't get the answers. Because you find out David's killed her, and he just hovers the craft above their city, drops that payload of shit they were gonna drop on us, and now they're all dead. There are no answers here. None at all. Which is a bummer in a world where I like answers, but I suppose does make sense for the studio's point of view and Ridley Scott's, where it's like, all right, Prometheus, half liked it, half didn't. Alien, everyone likes that. So let's go the alien route, and who gives a shit about Prometheus? But I do. I wanted answers. If you're going the whole route of we were created by these engineers, and the theme of created surpassing the creator God complex, I feel like it's relevant enough to go ahead and give us those answers. So yeah, for the most part, this is a dead planet. Remember in my review where I was like, there is a scene in this movie, it's like something is missing. This is the missing. This is the thing that could be its own movie. Only bummer is it'll be a fast movie. It's like in the end, what we saw happen in the explanation is what happens. The movie would be Fassbender kills Elizabeth Shaw and then dumps the payload and kills a planet. It's a pretty quick movie, which is why it just feels a little sloppy. If not unfulfilling, I guess is the word. Also, I feel like a lot of Prometheus is irrelevant. The thing that carries over from Prometheus to now is David. Engineers don't really carry over. That xenomorph thing that came out of the engineer at the end of Prometheus, that doesn't really carry over or matter. The whole thing was like, ooh, alien, that's how they were created. No, not really. Aliens were created because you find out David is some super mad scientist who's done experiments and he mixed this and that and he created something that's almost perfect but not quite, so he mixed more, and it's his mad experiments that make the xenomorph. You even see Elizabeth Shaw's dead body, you're like, oh, he used her too. Man, it's moving civilization forward. Also, the alien imagery in Prometheus, you know, the xenomorph etchings on the wall, you're like, oh shit. Don't know how, because they're not really from there. They're David's creation that he's going to do later. How are those there? Is the alien movie, are they going to move into time travel? I feel like that's the only way you can really wrap it all up. At the end of the movie, he perfects it. He's like, check this out, Billy Crudup, come here. This face hugger egg opens up, but he's like, check it out. Seriously, nah, it's fine. It's fine. Billy Crudup's like, all right, alien scientist, here we go. How close can we get? Can we get that close? And then, and then he's done. Passes out, alien busts out of his stomach, which is really, it's different now. Alien 1, man, even aliens, like the aliens busting out of people, it's like, oh, and they just start convulsing, it's just like a whole thing, like, oh, fuck, get it off me, it's so super violent. This one, Billy Crudup's laying on the ground, is like, huh, I was asleep, what'd you do to me? Ow. I was like, did you not feel that coming out? You're a toughie. Maybe he has SEPA. I don't know. I saw it on House once. But now at the end of the movie, the xenomorph is created, and this thing is just wreaking havoc and killing people. Which does make me torn. On one hand, this thing is the perfect organism. Has always been said to be the perfect organism ever since Ian Holm in the first Alien says that you can't kill it. It is a perfect organism. However, I like the concept where it's just kind of natural selection. It's just the natural evolution of life in the galaxy. It's like, yeah, people, you're not that tough. You're not that big a deal. There are things out there that are much worse. It makes you think there are things out there we should not find. And at the end of this movie, David and Walter get into a scuffle. You don't see who's dead, which right there you're like, I'm pretty sure I know who lived. In the end of it, when they're all going with their stasis sleep, Walter is like, all right, sleep well. She knows it's David. She starts crying, freaking out, and he just barfs up these little things that they have fetuses in, and he just puts them where the fetuses are, their face huggers. He's like, all right, I got my face huggers with the babies. I'm gonna go ahead and keep an eye on the ship and the crew and make sure this colony births a hive of the most perfect organisms this side of the galaxy. Yeah, they're all fucked. However, we still don't see how it ties into Alien yet. Have not seen LV-426. Don't know how that ship got on LV-426. Has to be tied with David because the eggs that are seen on LV-426 are the same eggs that David himself created. So wherever this Prometheus Alien Covenant story arc is going, it has to end there, and it probably will 6 movies from now. I liked seeing the xenomorph. I really did. I liked how they just made that xenomorph terrifying, because that's how the xenomorph is supposed to be. It's supposed to be very terrifying. But there's a part of me that does wish we could have gotten the payoff to the point of Prometheus. I mean, the movie does have great themes about God complex. What is God? What is creator? What is creator if he becomes obsolete by the created? What does the creator think of the created if they're disappointments? Like, you know, the engineers were disappointed in us, obviously. David is like, no, my creations are amazing. Hats off to James Franco and his performance, or at least his paycheck they paid him to be in one webisode or trailer or clip on YouTube. That's playing the system, my man. Good job. All right, guys, so Alien Covenant, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.